guys, Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. This is my second video of this kind of color wheel exploration that I'm trying to do. So this was the first one where I just did the primary colors, so yellow, red and blue. We had Solar Storm from Birmingham Pen Company, Diamine Oxblood and Pilot Iroshizuku Konpeki. So what I'm going to do today is secondary colors, and what I've done is same size circle, but they're now split into 6, and I've just pre-done the 3 from that first one, and I'll fill in with our secondary colors, which are orange, purple and green. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I haven't planned too much more than that, but I thought maybe I'd just zoom in a little bit. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go orange here, purple here and green there. Well, not thought obvious because that's the in between. All right, how about we just jump straight in? So for my orange, and I look, the Solar Storm does lean orange. I don't have a true yellow, but I think for this kind of exploration it works. So for my orange, what I've chosen is Monteverde Mango Mousse. I wanted to use Colorverse Martian, but I've misplaced my sample of it. But I thought that could be a real punchy orange. But yep, I have just spent like 10 minutes looking for it and I cannot find it. So I'm not sure if I gave it away or it's lost to the ink sample gods. So I'll just jump in here. I hope it's not too similar. When I did these like off camera, I did 5 little drops, so I'm just kind of sticking with that. I don't mind if it goes kind of in between, and I guess I won't get as much as that kind of ink interaction because they are dry, but I think it was just going to be too hard. It almost looks like that was a touch too much actually. Maybe I'll go down to 4. Okay, so I have mixed feelings about this ink. I've used this in a flex pen before and really, really loved it. I've just never been drawn to use it in a, I guess, a quote unquote normal fountain pen for journaling. It feels a bit too light, but in a pen with tons of flow, I just realized I forgot to do this as well. In a pen with lots of flow, I actually think it's a really beautiful color. You get that kind of light orange, but then these bits you'll see here as it dries, it's got this real depth to it and this richness that I think is just really, really gorgeous. Looking at it, the thing that actually, what I see straight away is it actually makes the Diamine Oxblood look quite purple. I don't know if it's bringing out the warmer tones in that, and then it's maybe bringing out, I don't know, a bit of the green in that a little bit, but really what I'm seeing is that interaction right there, which actually they look really, really nice next to each other, which is kind of cool to see. All right. So down here, we're going to do purple. For anyone who's watched any of my videos, you know that I love purple and I had a lot to choose from. I've gone with Toucan Violet because it's an ink I guess I don't know as well as some of the others, so I wanted to see what that looked like. It's also an ink from memory. I say this having just said that I don't know it too well. I don't think it leans too blue or too pink like straight away, and that's just from my very brief memory of it. So that's one I just decided on. I ended up having to pick one. I could do a color wheel of like just purples. Maybe I should. All right, so let's give this a go. Maybe we won't do 5 drops, maybe we'll do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who would have thought when you're in like, I don't know, grade 6, learning about color, that you would come back to it however many decades later. All right, let's have a look at this one. Oh, it's a gorgeous ink, isn't it? It is. I just want to maybe get a little bit more over here. So it's probably on the, maybe it's like a mid purple. It's not crazy light, but it's not one of those really deep dark purples either. And I guess what I was saying before, it doesn't go crazy blue, it doesn't go crazy red, and that's ringing true to me because it really does look like an in-between of those two. And you know, where it's bled into the Konpeki there, the blues are coming out obviously, and then the burgundies are coming out on this side. I just want to, I've got a big clump there. What happens if I move that around a little bit maybe? I just want to see if I can get a bit more in there. Let's see if that does anything. It's a really beautiful color. It's funny how it changes. When I just had that one there, the Oxford looks super purple, but now that I've got purple there and I'm coming round, it is going back to that redder version of it, but there are bits of burgundy coming through. All in all, I think it's actually a really lovely ink. I don't know why I haven't put this in a pen. Toucan's also a brand I really don't know much about. I've tried Toucan Violet and Toucan Sienna. I love Toucan Sienna, I have to say. I really, really enjoy that ink, which is like a kind of a dark amber kind of color. But yeah, I hope that I've actually really enjoyed kind of swatching like this in this type of kind of looking at them all together and watching the wheel form. It's really cool. I'm just thinking about, let's see if I can use this, like, this is obviously quite a vibrant blue, and I wonder what it would look like next to like a darker blue gray. I wonder if it would change, making that ink look cooler versus warmer. Because right now it kind of looks like quite mid-range to me. It's not coming across as an overly warm or overly cold ink, or tone, I guess. And I'm just thinking about if there was a different blue or a different red, would that shift it? Like, I wonder if there was more of like a pink here, would some of those pinky undertones come through? Maybe, maybe not. I really don't know, but it does look quite neutral in terms of that warmth piece of, I guess, how we describe ink and what makes up an ink. Okay, last but not least is a green, and I've chosen a Kobe ink. It's number 28, Suzuran Green. It's another ink I don't know too much about. From memory, it's quite vibrant, and I think it's going to be more on the yellower side, which was on purpose because I hoped maybe it would bring out some of the yellow of that Solar Storm. Well, that was a big one, wasn't it? All right. It was so hot here today. It's weird, like we actually haven't had too much of a summer. It's been raining a lot and it's been cold, and then, I mean, last weekend it got to 39 degrees, which is just too much. I think today it only got to like 33, but when you haven't had like consecutive hot days, it just knocks you about. It really takes it out of you. Actually, yesterday was hot as well. I've been in the pool with my kids both days, but I mean today they were just wrecked, I think, from the heat yesterday. And then, you know, not from a sunburn but from a, you know, when they just get those real rosy cheeks. They weren't even out in the sun too long today, but you could just see the 2 days in a row was almost too much because they just haven't really experienced it for this summer. All right, that's Suzuran Green, number 28 from Kobe ink. Kobe. It's darker than I remembered, but it isn't doing what I thought it would with the Solar Storm. It's actually making this look a lot warmer to me. But what I can see in here is the yellows and browns and I guess variations of green in there, but it isn't interacting with this one as I thought it would. And I have no reason for thinking that. I don't know, in my head, that's kind of what it would do, I should say. It actually looks quite nice next to the blue. I don't usually ink up many pens with blue ink, and I've struggled to find green, so I don't actually think I've ever had a currently inked where I've really looked at greens and blues together, but I actually think they're quite nice next to each other. And you could see if you put like a teal in between that you could get a bit of a marriage there. But that being said, the family of green blue, I actually feel like they're from different families. This is a cooler, more foresty green, and this actually looks just quite well, it's vibrant, isn't it? This is deep and that one's vibrant. Yeah, it's interesting just looking at them together. I think the green and the purple could look quite nice. It is interestingly making that oxblood look warmer again too. So really of these, the one that I'm finding that my perception of is changing the most is the oxblood, depending on what I'm putting around it. And maybe that's just because that one's a really, oh, there's a car alarm going, versatile ink. Okay, now, what I didn't really think through is how I'm going to write in the names, but we'll give that a go. So down here we have Toucan Violet. Up here is Moose, and this one's going to be annoying, but I'll write it, I guess, in here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cheat a little bit and just write number 28 because it's that down there. All right, I'll bring it up close for you guys to have a bit more of a look. So this is the second part of that little, I guess, series that I'm doing, looking at secondary colors. So we have mango mousse in there for my orange, toucan violet, and cesarean green. And that makes our 6-part color wheel of primary and secondary colors. Awesome, thank you so much for watching, guys. I will chat to you again soon. If you could hit like and subscribe, that would be amazing. Yeah, see you next time. Bye.